Sheri, look. Hey, you. Welcome to Picture Book Chat. I'm Mary Ellen Brax, the Public Services Manager for Early Learning. And with me today, of course, is
Sheri Boggs, and I'm the Youth Collection Development Librarian for the Spokane County Library District.
So good. We're here again talking picture books. It's awesome.
Actually in person.
I know. First time in person. So yes, this is an experiment for us. So you'll have to tell us how you like it.
Yeah.
So Sheri, do you want to begin or do you want me to begin?
I would like to begin because I really want to talk about I Won't Give Up My Rubber Band. First of all, I think that's a great title.
Yes.
I was really struck by this. This author has done a couple other books that we have in our collection. I'm blanking on the names, but Japanese author, illustrator, really funny stuff. But this is about those little household objects that everybody takes for granted. And this is about a kid that never has had anything of her own. Everything else has been hand-me-downs or something that she has to give back right away. But this rubber band that her mom was going to throw away, she gets to keep for her very self. So it's very precious to her. So here she is. Yay, I have a rubber band. This is my rubber band. She, I love this. She sleeps with it.
Yes,
She bathes with it. It goes everywhere with her. I love that this is like, you know, what a teddy bear or something might be to another kid. That's her rubber band. I love that she imagines a future with her rubber band. It can hold her hair up. She can use it to secure her t-shirt, her shoes if need be. And then she talks about how like she'll use it to contain all of the love letters she's going to receive one day.
Yes.
I love this girl. So it's this great, oh, and I love this. One day when she meets her future spouse, they can join their rubber bands. So romantic. And I love this where she's talking about all the things that are precious to other people. Like she talks about her brother's collection of precious things, and you see like a broken chain and a stick, like a rock, like a screw or a bolt, some random stuff. And then there's other things like her grandmother always wears the watch that her grandfather got her. Daddy takes really good care of his old model car. So I love that she makes parallels to the other people in her life, and realizes, you know, they've got precious things too. And I also love this illustration of all the precious things that one can have. So there's one other thing I wanted to say about this, but I don't want to take it from you in case you're going to point it out. So I'm going to let you talk.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll come back to it if you don't.
Yes, I thought this was really fun because I think this is pretty common for siblings to not feel like they have something of their own. So I just thought I could totally imagine this. And there was just, I love the illustrations in this too. Just, I mean, that white background, everything really stands out on this. So I would say this would be great for preschool. And I might catch all the bad people in the world with this rubber band. That is such a fun.
If only.
If only, yes. So yeah, I really liked it, and I thought, wow, how could you use this with kids? That's what I kept thinking. And it's like, what's your special thing? What's your thing? I love that she found her special thing there. There's some fun vocabulary in here too, where she talks about the page where they're doing all different actions, like boing, boing, splash, boing, boing, swish. So I thought that was a lot of fun too. But I love the problem solving at the end where the rubber band breaks. Yes, this is a spoiler alert.
Be ready for it.
Yes. But, you know, and she's really sad. But then she suddenly, you see her at the end, she's looking through things, and she finds something else. And it's a paperclip. I mean, so it was just, you know, for me it was those simple things that we take for granted that maybe might really speak to a child, the fact that it's her own thing. I liked that aspect of it. So did I point out the thing you were thinking of?
No, and I wanted to make a joke about how she's going to love staples when she grows up. Like, like this kid is clearly into office supplies.
Yes.
What I liked about it was, like from a STEM perspective, that it's kind of a silly slightly absurd story, but it also talks about the properties of elasticity.
Yes.
Like all the different things
You
that
say-
like a rubber band can do.
Yes, I didn't even think of that, and here I am
I just
all about
did.
STEM.
I know. It was this page about exercising. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh gosh, like you can talk
Yeah.
about, how far can you stretch it, and
Yeah.
yeah, I just thought
Yeah.
this was so much
No,
fun.
that was good. That was good to point out. So, yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
I know.
so
I thought
great.
I'll leave the STEM for Mel.
Yeah. And yet I didn't pick up on
That's
it.
her
So that's great. You never know what's going to. Okay. Go on to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to talk about this one?
Would you like to? I can talk about this one because I know you wanted to do the next one in our pile.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then I can do the end one too if you
Oh,
want.
perfect. Okay.
Okay.
So this is Kicks, and I love this book because it's all
Mm-hmm.
about the magic of a brand new pair of sneakers.
Yes.
And the sneakers themselves are wonderful. They come in different colors. Sometimes they're bouncy, sometimes they're flat, like a Converse. But I love what they talk about in here is it's not just like the shoes themselves that are special. It's just like how they make you feel.
Yeah.
Like suddenly with a new pair of shoes, you're invincible. So this, I love the vocabulary in this. Like it seems like it'd be so much fun to read out loud.
Yeah. I noticed that too.
did you like
the
these-
vocabulary? Yes.
Like this opening segment, like you can't pick kicks the way you pick sticks or stones or dinosaur bones. Like it's just got these wonderful
Right.
consonants that just beg to be read out loud. There's lots of action in it. I love further on in the book. Well, here's a couple pages where I love the metaphors about how these sneakers make you feel like. It's a good feeling like pizza with the right ingredients, crispy, astounding, smooth like hot buttered garlic bread. But later, I love that you get this sense of the kids' community and family. There are all these
Yeah.
scenes where everybody's together kind of enjoying their shoes.
Yeah.
And the different ways everybody wears their shoes. I just thought this would be great for, I don't know if we ever do like a shoe-themed story time, but
Yeah,
I thought
we have
like,
done
or
shoes.
clothing.
Yeah.
I thought this would
Clothing
be
and shoes.
a great
Yeah.
one for that.
Yeah, and I had picked up the vocabulary also. So, leather, not crease, tight laces, honeycomb bottoms, sweet on the floor, allowing you to zoom like a race car. And then the other one I had was detailed art, swirls, loops, and patterns. So yes, there is, and I love this scene kind of on a playground here too, that just has so much going on. There's lots in these pictures I felt like you could talk about too and point out. You could talk about colors, numbers, all sorts of things that you can do with this one. But yes, I really love that one. I love the rhythm of it also, the bright colors. And you could also say, this little boy feels great with the sneakers. You could talk to kids about what makes you feel great, so that they can, kind of identify those feelings of feeling happy when they're doing, something, is when they're out on the playground, or if they have something that makes them feel more confident even. So
Yeah, it makes me think of that book, Crown Ode to the Fresh Cut.
Yes.
It's that same thing, like how a great haircut,
Yeah, makes you feel
like king of the world.
Yes. Yes, can relate to that.
And that's another one with, an African-American character, neighborhood. I think these two books would be great together, actually.
I think so too. Yeah, yeah. The diversity in it is always good to see too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think it's a shout out to the Lakers there on the cover?
Oh, maybe.
Like with the colors?
Yeah.
I was just looking in the back to see if there's any reference, and I don't see
Yeah,
anything.
I didn't
just
see
thought that was a
anything
nice
to any
touch.
particular. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Really appealing. I like
Yes.
this one.
Yeah, I see this. It would appeal to a lot of different kids too, just because of the sneaker aspect of it. So yeah, another good one.
I love it.
So the one Sheri was waiting for me because she knows I love this one is Big Truck Little Island. And so this one is all about a big tractor trailer with a load of merchandise going over to a little island. And this is actually set in Maine, but I could totally see this out in the San Juans
Yeah.
too. It's Chris Van Dusen, and the colors in here are just gorgeous too. I love the artwork in here. And then you get to see the island here, and they're going over to the island, and everything's going great. It's a ferry ride over, and he gets there, and he's slowly moving his load along when all of a sudden it falls off the side of the road, and then he's blocking the whole road. And so then they're talking about, I love the expressions here in the face, too.
That poor guy.
Yes, and it's just like, and of course there's no way to go around, so then all these people get stuck. And the text is rhyming, too, which I really like. It's got a good rhythm to it. And there you see the whole load going off. But then you see the different families that get stuck. So one little girl had to be at her swim meet. One boy had to be at his ballet class. And somebody was working on a science project. And somebody had to get their dog for a bath because it had just been sprayed with the skunk. And so you see all the adults getting really frustrated that they can't go anywhere. So the kids kind of know each other. It's an island. They all get together. And they come up with a plan. And I just love this plan. They're both on opposite sides. They need to go to the opposite sides, so they all switch cars. And they take each other's cars to where they need to go. And I thought, wow. And the kids all figured it out. And you see them happily going along to use their other cars, their neighbors' cars. And then they all meet up at the end, and it turns out it wasn't merchandise that they were bringing, but a great big Ferris wheel.
Yay.
Yay! So yeah, there were lots of things in here that I really like. And this is based off a true story. This happened off the coast of Maine. And so it was a tractor trailer went off the road. And so the same type of thing happened. I think they were bringing wind power. Yeah,
Oh, like a turbine.
Yeah, a turbine coming over. So, but it was great problem solving and great cooperation. So, yeah, there were some pictures in here that I just loved the expressions, unlike the little girl's face here.
That mom's face on one
Yes, and I think I marked that one. Oh, here they are with the, they've got clothespins on their nose because the dog is so stinky from the skunk. And then, yeah, this mom is just leaning over her steering wheel. I could so imagine myself doing this. So, yeah, I mean, this was just a great, fun story. I think the kids would love it because of the rhyming in it. What did you think, Sheri?
I loved it. I love Chris Van Dusen's work, and this one in particular, I just feel like his ability to like work with perspective and exaggeration is so good. Like I just love the gigantic grill on this truck. And then there's another view where you kind of see the extent to which they're blocking the road. Yeah. Like I think he's able to move in like and do close-ups and then pull way back to get, you know, kind of a shot of the perspective of things, and just wonderful. And like he's really good, as you were pointing out, people's faces with kind of comic exaggeration. I know he's also the same illustrator that does the Mercy Watson books by Kate Deed Camillo.
Yeah.
So I just love to see his work. Here's another one of a close-up that I think is really good. And I think like preschoolers that are into vehicles,
They would really love
like this is a great story, but I also think it's got, you know, you could even give it to someone a little younger that just wants to look at pictures of truck parts.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think it has a wide appeal too, so it would appeal to, for different reasons, you know. Like, it'd be a great family read out loud too, because, yeah, different things would, you know, kind of catch different people's attention. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the whole island thing, like I've always been fascinated with islands. I've always been fascinated by Maine. Like I'm a West Coaster. I always have been. But I think this is a fun summertime book. You know, you really get a sense of island life in the summer.
Yes.
So yeah, I love this one.
I agree.
Big truck, little island.
Yes.
What else have we got?
We've got I'm Terrified of Bath Time by Simon Birch. So this is hysterical. I just think it is so funny. And of course the end papers on here are great. It actually ends the story on the end papers too, which I always like to look at the end papers. But so basically, it starts off with, "Can I tell you a secret? I'm terrified of bath time." And then you find out it's the bathtub that's terrified. So all the fixtures all have faces, and they're talking about how scared they are of being of bath time. Like usually being a bathtub is fun. I just hang out all day with my friend's sink and toilet. so, yeah, it talks about the fear of bath time. So for kids that don't like the water and are scared of bath time, this would be kind of a different one to use with them so that they see that, oh, maybe the bathtub, a
Right.
different perspective.
It's more afraid of you than you are of it.
Yes. It talks about freaking out when water shoots out his nose from his faucet.
The kid twisting its eyes.
Yeah. And so it
So
ends
fun.
up, and they talk about, with the little girl in the bathtub, and they talk about her not wanting to go in also, but then she gets in. And he says, "But compared to me, you've got it easy. You can splash, you can flail. All I have to do is try to survive." And then talk about what she does in the bathtub. And this is what the kids will love. She pooped in the bathtub. So, and he was not, the bathtub wasn't happy with that.
Right.
And that's
I
why
like
I'm
it. Doesn't
asking
it
you a
say
favor.
It
Yeah.
was a bad day for both of us.
Yes, it was a bad day for both of us. So, yeah, that was a low point for both of us.
Yeah.
So just a really different perspective about bath time. So I think that this would be great with a bath time theme, which we have done, or a water theme. So, but it was just so different and just so fun. So yeah, perfect preschool book.
Yeah.
I mean, the pictures, the illustrations in it, I really like. They really stand out. I like the dialogue in it with the bathtub talking.
I know. Like, this was my favorite, where he's looking to his friend's sink and toilet for help, and the sink is like, "Sorry, bud, we're staying out of this." And the toilet saying, "Yeah, I've got problems of my own."
Yeah.
Like, I just love the little poop jokes throughout the book. I think
Yeah.
kids will really crack
Yeah.
up with this one.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
mean, even kindergartners, first graders would get a kick out of this.
Middle-aged ladies.
Yep. So, yes, yeah, I just thought it was a really fun book. So, another good set of books, Sheri.
Yay!
So, yes, thank you for joining us today with Picture Book Chat, and we will see you next month with more fun books. Bye.